Okay, welcome to the call. We're at December 21st, almost done with December and almost done with 2015. Can't even believe it. Okay, a few things to put on your calendars on Monday, or what is today? The 21st? I just said that. Ah! Okay, so today was technically like the start day for this new challenge. I was the final push. If you have anyone who gets a challenge pack this week, go ahead and plug them into that group. Remember, you're always welcome to plug them in, tag them in that main post. I just made a new video that is more general. Instead of saying, hey, let me know if you have any questions, I changed it to say, hey, contact your coach, so that you guys feel comfortable putting people in that they know that they are a part of the group, and I'm just one of the coaches in the group. So it's not my challenge, it's our challenge. So feel free to put them in. I just can't get it to upload to YouTube. I keep trying, it's on my phone. But anyways, so that's happening today. And so anytime between now and January 11th is when I'm going to start a new challenge. And so, hi, Stella.
Hi.
So if you have anyone to join the challenge, make sure that you plug them in. I'm going to mute you guys just because there's an echo. So don't mind. Whoops. Stella, you're already muted. Sorry. Okay. And then the 28th, I just decided this, and sometimes I'll do this, but I'm going to do a 3-day coach sneak peek. And only because I'm going to emphasize the push before the new year, because the new year is our busy season. So if you have anyone remotely interested in coaching, you can plug them into that group. I'm just going to run it by myself. I've been doing it with Ashley, but I haven't even asked her if she's running one right now. But she does like a 7-day, so I'm condensing it to 3 days for anyone who's interested. We'll see. But I did create an event. Feel free to create an event. In fact, I might invite all of you to my event just so you can have that as a link so you know where to go. So you can copy the information and plug it into your own event page so that you can invite personally people to your event, but we'll all come together in one group. So again, anyone who's remotely interested, it's 3 days right before the new year. So they could technically get started coaching, before the new year. Okay. January 9th, Super Saturday. Make sure that you try to find one that's close to you. I know, Maylin, when you're listening to this later, Arizona's got a lot of coaches, and I'm pretty sure you'll find one close if you can make it to Super Saturday. They're usually in the mornings, but it just depends. And I can help any of you find a local one if you need help. Okay, so remember that goal digger group I posted about? Some of you responded to that. It's kind of a revival group, just something to kick off the new year, a little bit different and we haven't done before, and something that I did earlier in this year that I seriously noticed a switch. And it all came down to reaching out to way more people than I ever have before. And ever since, my numbers each month are over 200 or 300 people that I talk to. So you just evaluate your goals with this business. And if you're here to push and go far, and whatever your goals are financially, then this would be an ideal group for you to be in. And right now we're calling it a goal digger group. We might switch it, but basically it's just to help you guys. There'll be assignments. So it's like hands-on things that you'll actually be doing with your personal page and inviting, just to get you guys doing something that, in addition to what you're already doing, that is just like an extra boost, I guess, for your business. But anyways, I'm kind of excited about it because I'm teaming up with Cassie. So she'll bring in her coaches and we'll have some fresh blood, just more heads to talk and just to brainstorm and just help each other. So January 4th, put that on your calendars. Okay, I have January 4th, I'll be starting a 5-day free group, and I'm doing a goal setting group. Feel free to join me or to mimic my group. I'm pulling it from Darren Hardy's goal setting. I haven't put it together yet, but that will be something I do before the new year, just because I'm at Success Club 7 right now. And so I'm okay in Success Club, but I really want to push towards Success Club 10 because those paid leads are just huge. And I just imagine that January is going to be huge, and I don't want to miss out on that. So you still have, a week and 3/4 of a week. So almost 2 weeks to still reach out to people. And there is no, I have gotten Success Club in the last 4 days. This was earlier in my business and I wasn't pushing as hard, but then something triggered in me and I wanted to get it done. So in 4 days, I was able to hit Success Club, and I know you guys can do it as well. So just think about who you've been talking to, who you can reach out to, who you can invite to a challenge to try Shakeology, and bundle. Always recommend bundling with a fitness program because it's just a greater value. And even if they are already following a program, they can get another one for just way cheaper than they can buying it by itself. So I always recommend the bundle. And I call it a bundle because people think challenge pack, maybe they don't understand it. And some do, but I use a little bit more basic terms. I use bundle. And then I don't call it a challenge pack until they've gotten it, maybe, but just trying to use more basic terms just so people aren't confused, I guess. Okay, the next thing is I am really eager to get you all in Coach Basics. And I know I have that group set up. Some of you are in the group, and I don't know that maybe, I bet you forgot about it. I haven't been talking about it, but it's something that I really think is important. Especially if you haven't gone through it, it'll give you a good basis in your business. And even I am going to go through it with you guys. And so I'll make sure everyone's plugged into that group, and I will tag you in the first post. And once I do that, if you guys will just go at your own pace, but just try to do it. And I'm going to say 1 assignment a week for now. If you can do 1 assignment a day, that's great. But if you're here to build a business, that's something that is super important if you haven't gone through Coach Basics. So I'm going to go through it with you guys and do the assignments in there. So, but again, if this is, I know Maylin, you've got a full-time job, and who else here works? Kim, she works. And then I got Crystal, who just joined, and she works. I know you guys have jobs. And so if this is not feasible for you to do 1 assignment a day, do as many as you can in the week, or however often you can do it. But for me to see that you're being able to participate in that will be awesome for you and for me to see that and help you. Okay, those are the announcements. Let's get to the training. While I'm pulling this up, what questions do you guys have for me? Do you need anything from me? Okay, that's good and good. But I totally cleaned off my desktop, guys. In fact, I'm going to show you because I have my goals for next year. And just like I mentioned last week, I cannot do this. Isela, you're on here twice. I can't do this without you guys. And so I'm here to help you rank advance. And yes, yes. Did I miss somebody? I can't even figure out how to share my screen. Okay. All right. Do you see my desktop? I muted everybody. You can see my desktop? Okay. I should unmute you. Do you see my goals right here? Anyone see my goals?
I do. I can see it.
Okay. So I'm calling it the Sweet 16 for 2016. And my goal is to go 5-star by Summit, which is in July, and then be a qualified elite for 2017, which means receive enough elite points, which I'll do a separate training on that at the beginning of the year. But receive enough elite points to be elite in 2017, which makes our BeFIT tribe an elite team. So as you're talking to people about joining the team and you saying that we're an elite team, it's just easier to recruit, I find, when you're a part of an elite team. And like I said, we're still a part of the elite tribe with Breezy. So you can still talk about being an elite team. Okay, here, let's start with this. I posted this document in, can you see this document now that I pulled it up? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This talks about when you get your package. Some of you have already gone through this process, as in you've already gotten your stuff. You've been coaching for a while now. But take a look at this if you haven't read it. Basically, you're sharing publicly that you got a new program and you're starting this new fitness journey and you're talking about it. You're not at all selling it. You're just sharing what you've got and you're starting this journey. It gives you day by day what to post. And that's what we're talking about today's posting. So this is definitely something that will give you ideas. If you haven't done so already, you can still do this, especially if you've got a new program or you're switching programs because you finished one. Go ahead and just start talking about it. There's no better time than now just to share with people what you're doing, because eventually you're going to be sending out an invite in that post. And so you've got day 3 here where you're actually inviting, join me in this challenge I'm doing. You know, you're just inviting them, hey, join me. Okay, and take your progress pictures. Transformation pictures are awesome when you are sharing on social media. I find that I have the most engagement on my transformation pictures. And even when you share others' transformations, because of course people can see you and they're following you and see your transformation, but they want to see if it works for other people. Okay, so that's that. And again, that's in our team page. All right. Okay, here is the end of my presentation. So I gave this, I don't know if any of you were on the team back when I gave this. I don't even remember when I gave it, but I did it for the tribe and it's been months. I think I was just a coach, a brand new coach of a few months. But anyway, so I pulled straight from here because this is exactly what I want to talk to you guys about, is posting. And I'm not perfect at posting. This is not the only way to post, but this is what works for me, and I know it will work for you, and it's worked for other people because I actually pulled a lot of my stuff from top coaches as I prepared this. Okay, first thing, decide what your message is that you're going to talk about. During your day, record things that happen to you. I don't know if you guys do this, but since coaching, almost everything I look around and I'm going through life, I think, what can I post about? As in, how can I turn that into a post? Share your life, you know, through social media. You don't have to be posting your kids. This came up in the conversation with one of the new coaches, and you don't have to be sharing your kids' faces and showing their names publicly, because you do want your profile public, but you be smart about what you share, as in like your children's names and their faces. When I share the kids, I don't usually name them, and I try not to have them close up. And if I do, then I try to switch the settings to friends and make that post just friends, whereas everything else is public. So I still monitor that way. But share your life, have people be attracted to you and what you're doing. I take pictures during my workout, in your car, you know, random thoughts that you have, share it on social media. The key is, or the rough number is 3 to 5 times a day, and being consistent. Because when someone comes to your page and if you haven't posted for like 2 weeks, that's just, to me, like, just think, when you go to someone's page and they haven't posted for 2 weeks, what do you think? You know, they're not working out anymore, or they're not following their meal plan, or they're, I don't know, just inconsistency is not going to attract people to your business, not going to attract people to the challenge, because they want to see you doing this consistently and seeing it work for you. You can look through Pinterest, talk with your friends, read other blogs. I seriously get, especially in my challenge groups, when I try to add value, and your key with posting and challenge groups is adding value, I read other blogs. I go to Google and I search a topic and I get my information from there. And that is okay. Like that, we're not experts, so I totally go to Google for a lot of things. Think about what's popular in the news. You know, every now and then I think I don't want to post anything controversial. And that's, I don't want to get into that kind of, you know, bashing with people. I don't even want people commenting. So when you're going to the news, I just say, just use your discretion on what you're going to post and share about, but just showing that you are aware of what's going on in the world, or if you have a question about some current event, you know, get the feedback from your followers. Engage them in posts as well. Like that's huge. That helps your affinity is what it's called on Facebook. It helps you stay in people's news feeds. Okay. So think about how coaching relates to any of those things as well, because in your posting, you want to just, you know, casually talk about coaching and your business. Hi, Kim. Okay. So here are some examples. And like I said, this is an old slideshow. So these are back when I first started. But I'm doing the same things now. Add your personality to your posts. So, you know, use your apps. Okay, I just laughed looking at that Hulk one. But anyway, so I included the kids because we called it Hulk smoothies. I talked about the baby was sick, but I could still work from home. And then here I showed my cheat meal, like I'm being real. Like, look, I had this fat hamburger from Red Robin. It was so good. And I want it right now, probably. But so just add your personality, be real. If Shakeology keeps you regular, don't be afraid to say that. Realize that if you think it's funny, odds are your market does too. And if they don't, who cares? You don't want to work with them anyway, you know? So don't worry so much what others think. And I know that's easier said than done. And I guarantee you that I worry about it still when I post every day. Like, what are other people going to think? But that's one thing you have to overcome when you're posting. Just share you and be real. And the big thing is facts tell, stories sell. So you don't want to be sharing the facts of Shakeology. Talk about how it helps you in your personal life. You don't want to be sharing what coaching you can work from home, blah, 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 but share exactly right here. I can be with my little boy when he's sick. I don't have to leave him with a sitter, or I don't have to take time off of work. I'm sharing personal experience. So think stories. Subliminal marketing is best. So this is like you're peppering Beachbody into your posts, and you're casually talking about it, but you're not outright selling it. And yes, you talk about sales, but it's not like every post is a sale. So here, and I'm trying to remember back, this was a 3-day refresh. I talked about how it just helped me get over some bad habits. I didn't do any kind of salesy anything. Right here, like a boss, I talked about how I could stay home with the boys and be with them and just not have to put them in daycare. This is my workout, just talking about my journey. And I made a shirt, day 1 of 21 Day Fix Extreme. And then I crossed it out like a weekend, and I made it the number 8. And then eventually got to day 21. And I just used my shirt as I'm going through my progress. I can't even read this, but this had to do with like the boys are drinking Shakeology. So I'm just talking about Shakeology in my workouts, in my posting, and it's a part of my life. Okay, I can see what this says. Be a river, not a reservoir. Share everything. So share things that are not related to Beachbody. Someone expressed concern that they weren't sure about coaching because they didn't want to be that person who talks about it in every single post. And it's always on my newsfeed and everyone's tired of it. You don't want to be that person either. So think about when you see someone who's posting about whatever it is, I'm not going to say other businesses, but they post about it in every single post, and you're like, get off my newsfeed. Like, you don't want to be that person. I mean, you see it and you're like, that person bugs me. Don't be that person then. And so just talk about other things that are going on in your life. I shared this that I thought was cool for the boys. I just said, I found this idea. I think I should try it with the boys. I shared what I learned about washers need to be washed. I thought that it was like genius that I discovered this. So I shared, I put a little rubber band around this towel because the boys pull it down every single time they dry their hands. And so I did that and shared it. We were at the eye doctor and I said, did you know that kids need to go see the eye doctor like once they hit 2 years old? Didn't know that. Learned it from the doctor, which I'm sure says that anyway. But then I shared that. So just share about your life and things that you learn. Be a river, just share it and teach people and ask them their feedback, engage them in your posts. Solve problems that your market has. So my market would be moms, of course. So here's a solution. Here's a solution. You know, just think about what they're questioning and have trouble with. Then see if you can find that solution and share about it. Add value. Just don't be a walking Beachbody billboard, because you see those kind of people with other businesses and you just don't want to be that person. Okay, post to address concerns. This is something I at the time didn't know as much about, but Bonnie Engel, she's now ranked number 5 in the business, and I just like going to her page. Like, her story is inspiring. She's been, I want to say, just 2 years, short of 2 years, or almost 2 years, or a little bit past 2 years, and she's already ranked number 5. She just hit 15 star if you're listening on the National Wake Up Call, which makes her superstar diamond. It's just, she just has shot through. And one of the things that she taught in a training a few months ago is that she actually doesn't run sneak peeks like I still do, but she uses her Facebook page as a sneak peek. So when people express concern about money, she makes a post about it. And I've done this a few times because I'm trying to incorporate that. She makes a post about it. So if someone's concerned about money, an example would be her post doesn't outright say, oh, if you don't think you can afford to be Shakeology, whatever, but she's good about it. And I'm trying to think of one that I've tried to do, but just essentially saying, Shakeology was expensive for me initially. I had to save up for it. And now I'm able to cover that cost because I help people, 3 people every month, and that covers the cost of my Shakeology. That was one post I remember making. Another one, you could say something, how it's worth it to me because I know I don't get all my vegetables in, and for me to go to the store and buy all the superfoods that are in Shakeology, I'm going to be paying like 3 times as much. So that's one thing. So when people object about money, have that objection, make a post about it and just talk about how you had to save for it or whatever. Publicly addressing these things and showing that you are not just trying to make a sale, you gain trust. And so what would be another objection? Maybe someone, here's one, time. Like, I don't have time to work out. Well, many of my posts have been like, I love these 30-minute workouts because I feel like I didn't have time to exercise because I'm a busy mom of 4 kids, but I wake up earlier and they're only 30 minutes. Like, I feel like you're watching TV for how many hours? Cut out a show and do your workout. And I'm not as blunt as that and harsh about it, but talk about how you love the 30-minute workouts and it fits into almost anyone's schedule. And Beachbody on demand. Like, your gym, you go to the gym, that's awesome. You could totally stream from the gym and you don't have to buy every single piece of equipment in the program. So little things like that. Address those objections in your posts and make them a sneak peek into your challenge groups, a sneak peek into coaching without having a group. You're just posting about it. Think about creating a scroll stopper. So catchy images. Every now and then I'll do a post without a picture. And most of the time it's like one of the boys, what they said that was funny or memorable, or maybe I'll ask a question to get some engagement. But my most engagement comes from images. So an idea that I learned and I've done ever since is, and you've seen it on my page, and you've done it, most of you have done it, is you take a quote and you plug it into your picture. And you do that through some apps, which I'll give you some ideas at the end if you need them. And I'll post this PowerPoint into the Try page for you guys to access if you want to go back through these. But don't take yourself too seriously. Just be real and smile. You know, the days of pretty selfies and perfect filters are over. Live your life on social media the same way you live in real life. So be you, be real, share your struggles. If you're having a bad hair day, I've never been comfortable without makeup on, I'll be honest. But I could take a selfie all day long in the morning in my workout clothes without makeup on because it just takes time. And now I can do it. I don't even care anymore. So I think that's one of the things that you just do so often that it just is a habit and it doesn't matter anymore what people think. But I'll be honest, I won't even get into it. But anyways, so just don't worry about the perfect selfie. Just worry about being you and getting you up there. So when people come to your page, they know who you are and they get to know you because they see your face. Set it and forget it. Don't spend too much time worrying about who likes your post, who doesn't, how many people it reached, etc. Totally guilty and still guilty because I look at how many likes there are and that motivates me. I'm like, okay, that's good. But you have to remember that some people are on Facebook at sometimes and not at, you're not going to reach everyone when you post that. So it definitely is kind of a game you play trying to figure out who's on when. As long as it adds value, shows personality, and it's real, give it to your audience, and the rest doesn't matter. Done is better than perfect. So it's not going to be a perfect post, but it's done and it's out there and people will see it. Going back to the timing, and I've mentioned this before, roughly breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So, and roughly 3 to 5 times. So if you only posted 3 times, post it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My goal is 4 to 5, and that's just what I've been doing, and it works for me because I've made it one of my business activities. And I post my workout, so it's around 6 to 7. And then I do a mid-morning one, and that one usually reaches, or I shouldn't say it reaches. That one usually is about family, so I'm with the boys or something. And then I do one at lunch, and then I do one mid-afternoon, and then one in the evening. And that evening one, I try to get in by 7. So between 6 and 8 is when I post that, and it seems to work for me. However, there are some days where I'm like, where is everybody? I told you, I look at those likes, I'm like, where is everybody? But, oh well. And the thing with Facebook, though, and there's other social media outlets, and I use Instagram, and I use my like page, but I've only, after a year, I'm consistently posting 3 times on those, not 4 or 5. I know that'll take time for me to build followers and whatnot, but I'm at least transitioning over. And for you guys, focus on Facebook right now. If you have other social media platforms that you've been using in the past, go ahead and use them still. But just be good at one thing instead of not great at a lot of things. I know there's a quote for that that's more fancy, but okay. Just be you. We're all different, and that's okay. Pick what you're going to talk about and stick to it. Okay, so back to the 3 to 5 number. Whatever categories you want, choose them and stick with them and be consistent with them. So if you wanted to post 3 times a day, choose 3 things that you are consistently posting about. Now, you're a Beachbody coach, so one of those things should be fitness and your workout and showing you your progression through a program. And one of the National Wake Up Calls a few weeks ago talked about finishing a program. It is super important for you to go through a whole program and finish it, because you sharing with people, if they see that you're not consistent with programs and you never finish them, how likely are they going to be to join your challenge group or to join your team? So go through a whole program and let your followers follow you through that program. My greatest one was through Insanity. It was so fun, like, to see people follow me. And when I would post my progress and talk about where I was, I only have 10 minutes. Oh, good. This keeps me snappy. Okay. Anyways, follow-up program. Fitness is one. Nutrition is another. Whether you're sharing a recipe or you're asking people for advice on food, you're sharing new foods you try, anything having to do with nutrition. So you should be at least posting fitness and nutrition because you're a Beachbody coach, and that's what we share with people. because we want them to live a healthy lifestyle. Choose another category that you're going to post about, whether it's your family or it's something fun, just things you're doing, hobbies. I've been posting about my paintings lately because I enjoy painting, and I've been doing that for Christmas gifts. Your family, your fun. So I have faith. I talk about Christ. I talk about my beliefs, especially around Christmas time, because I want people to know I'm a religious person. You can do motivational quotes, and I actually plug that into my workouts. And so I post that quote or a phrase on my workouts. So there's my motivation. So I'm kind of combining them. But choose your topics that work for you and just stick with those. I mean, you can work around fun, like that can touch a lot of different things, but just to give yourself a general idea. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. And again, these slides will be in the page. Oh, here are just examples of those categories that I've chosen. Faith, going to the temple, a quote about Jesus. Church, I taught his class. Family, Samuel was potty trained. Awesome. I shared that. Jaden goes to the fridge like every half an hour to get food. I shared that because it drives me crazy, and I want to know if other moms go crazy too. Bernie got me the best present ever. It was like what was it? It was like a, Kim, it was you kind of thing. I had like a massage and a facial and everything, but it was like the best gift ever. And then I'm working and Isaiah's doing his homework. Awesome. Shared about it. It's family. Fitness and nutrition. 21-day fix recipe. Here's my workout. Here's my transformation. I also run Ragnar. So I do other things besides Beachbody workouts, and that's okay because I can use Beachbody to cross train. So there I'm reaching an audience that might be a runner and they still want to run, but they would like to cross train. So Beachbody is perfect for that. Quotes that I just plug onto my images. Talk about personal development here and listening to it. Sorry guys. My power hour. And then I shared everything I did in that power hour just because that's what I do. Okay. Edge rank, affinity. They're both kind of the same thing. And it just means to get your stuff showing up in people's news feeds instead of it getting lost so quickly. Engage your followers. Right here, I asked, what are some meal ideas for new moms? And I got 30. Okay, this is before you could reply to comments. So there's 33 comments, but I'm like in there responding to people. Don't forget, when people comment on your post, respond, or right now it's reply. Reply to them and acknowledge and tag them in your comment. And that will bump your post to the top of news feeds. So when people comment on your post, it shows up in other people's, like it moves to the top kind of idea. So engage with your followers. So if they're commenting, respond to them and thank them or reply to them or whatever it is, just respond to them. I find that helps move my posts around and more people see it. So,
can I say something super quick?
Yes.
Sorry. I know we're out of time.
No, you're
So what I like to do too is when I feel like there's not very many people engaging, but one person comments, then I'll wait until the next day to reply to them. So then it bumps it back up to the top of the news feed. Instead of replying right away, I'll wait till the next day to reply.
I like that idea. Thanks, Kim. That's good because like she said, so that person comments and it bumps, but there might not be other engagement and then it gets lost. But if you want to bring it back up, there she goes. She comments the next day. I love it. Okay, so here's some ideas to engage your followers. True or false questions, yes or no. Events. Ask your fans, followers, whatever, who's attending a local event, fill in the blank. One thing I've been doing, and I actually am set, it was like every 20th of every month is 2 truths and a lie. That's kind of fun because it gets people engaged, like guessing about you. I need to remind myself to do that tomorrow. Okay, so asking questions, their opinion, just engage them. Call to action. This is something else. There's the book by Gary Vaynerchuk, the guy who's speaking at Summit, Jab, 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 Right Hook. And it just means share, share, share Share about coaching, how it affects you. Share about Shakeology, how it has improved your life. Share about your fitness program, how you love a 30-minute workout. And then right hook your followers with a call to action. So don't invite them in every single post to a challenge group. Talk about your challenge groups, how you love them, and you hold you accountable, how your challengers are having success, how Shakeology, here's a great recipe, and then you do a call to action. So I stick to 1 to 2 times a week for calls to action, more like 1 time, because I'm sharing, and then I hook them with a call to action. In your call to action, ask your audience to share your post or tag a friend. Ask them to comment below or like this post if you want more information. Get them to do something with your post so you know that they want more information. Your wall. This has changed, and I just changed it today, actually, and I'll show you here real quick. What do you want people to think of you when they come to your page? It's the face of your business. You're using your personal page. So I want them to know that I talk about family, faith, fitness, and fun. And I plug that right in there. And then I showed my family and my fitness and whatever, okay? You want people engaged with you. You want them to be attracted to your page because, they can relate to you because they know family's important and their faith and fitness and whatever. So this is your platform. Don't let the business suck the joy out of your posting. Have fun with it. Just be you and have fun with it. There are times when I just laugh at myself and I'm like, can't believe I posted that, but I'm glad I did because I want people to know that I'm real and I'm not perfect. Love who you are and share that with everybody. This is your own mini reality TV show. It's not an advertisement. Okay, real quick. And you can always, look, Jessica, I'm at your page. I know, guys. Okay, here's another thing. My newsfeed is off, so I'm bad about commenting on your post because I have to physically go to your post because I've turned off my newsfeed so I don't scroll. Okay, did you know that you can make a video on your profile pic? I don't know if I like it. I just tried it today. So that'll flip through here. I made a flipogram video. But here's my new cover, and it talks about being fit because that's my team name now. Well, it's been, but I haven't had it up here, and I want people to know that's what I'm about, being fulfilled, intentional, and being true. Healthy, obviously I'm about fitness here, but I'm also about family and setting goals and just being better. Okay, so that can leave now. Let's see what else. 80-20 rule. Share your story 80% of the time. Add value 80% of the time. Just love on people and share with them. And then call them to a challenge group. Invite to a challenge group. Invite to coaching only 20% of the time. Remember, you don't want to be that person that's like always doing it. All right, I have less than a minute. I'll post these. Here's some apps that I use. Well, most of them I use. Final tips. It's quality in your content. Be consistent. Don't sell. Don't complain or vent. Don't be negative Nancy on Facebook. Yes, if you come to a struggle, share it, but show how you turned it around into a positive. But don't be negative. No one wants to follow negativity. Be real, relatable. Don't post links and don't post prices. Engage with people in messaging to talk about those things because that's salesy stuff and that's not us. I'm going to lose you guys. Thanks for being on the call. If you have any questions on posting, let me know. If you have a question on a post you want to make, share it with me and I'll help give feedback before you get it posted if you want. So anyways, there's more. This is my last slide and then it was questions. So if you have questions, post them in the group or message me. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm going to lose you guys, so I don't want to cut you off. Okay.